Maayong buntag mga kasugbo. Welcome in another edition sa atong PPP, Pagtuki, Pagsuta, rather Pagsusi, and Pagsuta. This actually means check, verify, validate. And we are pleased to have as our guest, we're going international in this edition, no? So we have here with us representatives from the ship called kay Nomdom yun mo ani. Kay diri man ni atong 2007. I cannot recall though kung kapila na ni nagsigig balik-balik, but remember the name MV Doulos, now MV Doulos Hope. Their representatives are here with us to share about the mission, the purpose of the visit of MV Doulos Hope nga nibalik din ni sa atong Sugbo. Unahon nato sa pag-ila from Japan. Her name is Chieka Hanaoka. Chieka Hanaoka. Ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Chieka-san.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Kamausap na magina po, no? And we also have with us from Paraguay. Parihata kita mga Pilipino, parihata sa Paraguay nga kanang where we were Spanish colonies, no? So I would greet our guest, Julieana Kehler. Buenos dias,
Buenos
Julieana. But however, if you notice, Julieana is a mixed race, no? Her parents' roots come from Germany. So that's why her family name is Kehler. So I would also greet her, Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Kamao sa tagamay, no? Thanks to Google Translate. Anyway, I'd like to ask, any of you could answer, what is the name of the organization behind MV Doulos Hope?
All right, so the name of our organization is GBA Ships. It stands Yes, GBA Ships.
GBA Ships. What does that mean?
It stands for Good Books for All Ships.
Ah, okay. Good Books for All Ships.
Yes.
And your current ships are called what?
So our current ships are called Logos Hope, which is currently in Africa, Ghana, and the Doulos Hope, which is on the way to Cebu soon.
I remember Logos Hope was here also in the Philippines, right?
Yes, it was.
But it was only the Doulos that I was able to get on board, if my memory serves me right. It was about 2007. What's in the name? What does doulos mean?
Doulos actually is a word from Greek.
Okay.
And it stands for servant. So Doulos Hope, translated, is a servant of hope.
And you are?
We are
volunteer servants of hope. How about Logos? The other ship, would you know?
The Logos also is a Greek word. It stands for word. So Logos Hope, words of hope.
Words of hope. Like words from the Bible?
Possibly.
Okay. And where are the source of your books? Where do these books come from?
So most of our books come from the United States of America or also England. So we have some warehouses that deliver the books straight to the ships wherever they are.
Is it multi-language or mostly English?
Mostly the books that we provide are in the English language.
Okay.
But if we come to countries that don't really speak English, we try to get also local books so that they can purchase books in their own language.
So there's Filipino?
I hope so.
Much more Bisaya?
For example, when we went to Cambodia and Thailand, so normally the country people don't speak English. Like Filipino people can speak a lot of English, but those countries don't speak English. So we also prepare local books. For example, Thai children books, Cambodian children books, also another business books. Yes.
You know, our facility in English is because we were occupied by the Americans for 35 or 40 years. And they sent a lot of English teachers here, so that's why we have that facility. Though we were also occupied by your country, Japan, for 3 years, but we learn. There was not much time for Filipinos to learn Japanese. But Spain, like Paraguay, occupied our country for over 400 years.
Wow.
So we understand a bit of Spanish, more in the greetings, like ¿Cómo está tú? We say ¿Cómo está?
Yeah.
How about in Paraguay?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Yes.
Okay, so just like how Spaniards would really express it. Okay, Chieka,
Yes.
what is really your purpose
But
or your mission
our
in your
purpose-
floating library?
Oh, good question. Thank you so much. So our purpose is sharing knowledge, help, and hope. So how sharing knowledge? So we have book fair on board on the top, and then we have over 120,000 books. We are stock on board, and then
Wow.
our store on board, and then also we have over 2,000 different books. So we really want to encourage people to come and then see what is the book, and also they can find their favorite books. So we have children books, family books, business books, leadership books, cooking books. Yes, whatever you want to find, another books you can find.
Any sample of the leadership books is probably some of our listeners would be interested to know.
Oh, nice, good question. So if you come to on board, you can find your favorite leadership books, business books.
Now, is your organization, again, it's
GBA.
GBA.
Yes.
GBA, okay. What is your purpose other than sharing knowledge,
Help
help,
and hope.
and hope? Is it also to promote Christianity or any religion?
We are actually charity, so we are all career volunteer. So we want to share knowledge, of course, book fair, and then help. Of course, we go to different country to different country to different country.
Okay.
So we want to help local community, local how can I say, organization, or like local school. So we go to the country, we go to school, or we go to hospital, we go to community to hygiene training, help building project, and also we do like eyeglass checking, like eye checking, and then give eyeglasses to people. Like we want to help assist the community.
So you're selling books so that the funds you raise, you use for charity.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Yes, it's
Okay,
correct.
and you mentioned about schools, but what really particular work of charity does GBA undertake? Like you're here in Cebu, other parts of the Philippines. What do you do to the community?
So normally, we try to connect with local partners and local organizations that are already active working in these countries or in the cities that we visit, and then we contact them and we partner with them in lending our people, lending our help in whatever they are already doing in the community. Since we're only in a country for a short time, we cannot start anything new, so we try to just lend our manpower for whatever is already happening as much as we can.
So far, can you name any particular organization that you've touched base with, work with, to undertake your charity work here?
Good question. So, sorry, now I cannot say the name because I didn't get permission.
Right, okay.
So sorry.
But you are connecting with
yes,
some
connecting
local
with- yes.
organizations.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you come from a vessel called MV Doulos Hope.
Yes.
Of course, there are crew members, right? I wonder, because there are so many, especially from Cebu, Filipino or Cebuano seafarers. Are this at least one or two among the ship's crew happen to be Filipino?
Oh yes, we have several Filipinos on board serving with us, and also a few from Cebu.
And these are the crew, because the staff and the volunteers are different, huh? For the library. But the ones really making the ship sail and taking care of the engines, there are Filipinos there.
Yes.
How about volunteers?
Also.
Staff.
Also.
Nakabay Bisaya dito?
For example, my friend also from Cebu.
Oh.
Yes, so she speaks Cebuano.
Okay.
And then I run Mayong Bunta, Mayong Gabi, Salamat, don't say Salamat
okay.
po. My friend said don't say Salamat po. Po is different, so just
po
say
is Tagalog.
Salamat.
Here we don't do po.
Yes. And
Just say salamat.
also she said, Sige.
Okay, go.
Yes, Sige. Because Sige means in Korea is strong, go. Different
okay.
meaning, but same sound.
Both of you, have you been in Malaysia, Indonesia?
Yes.
Malaysia,
Indonesia,
yes.
no, but we have visited Malaysia.
But both of you, in person,
Yes.
you've been to Malaysia?
Yes.
You notice we say salamat, thank you. But in Malaysia, salamat datang means
Welcome.
Yes.
quite opposite. Excuse me. Because, we in Cebu, in particular, the southern Philippines, are not only Spanish influence, a bit Japanese influence, but also we were used to be part of what you call in history as the Sri Visayan Empire from India. So, and which includes Malaysia and also Indonesia. So some of our words are actually common. Like we refer to our road as dalan, they refer in Malaysia as jalan. We call the hills as bukid, they call the hills bukit. So similar, no?
Yeah.
Only that when the Sri Visayan Empire was overthrown by the Ottoman Empire, that's the reason why most of Malaysia and Indonesia and southern Philippines became Muslims. So that's how our history evolved here. So maybe that's a little bit knowledge for you without reading.
Thank you so much.
Doulos, how many times has it been here in Cebu other than last 2007?
So just the Doulos alone, I'm not sure, but from all of our vessels in total, maybe around 13 times. And
Doulos alone?
No, all of the ships.
All of
together.
the ships?
Yes.
But no particular information, Doulos itself. How many
Doulos,
times?
I think estimate around 7 times.
Okay, I remember Doulos, other than 2007, I think it came still back.
Yeah.
I think this is the 3rd time. And once, from my memory lang only, Logos. Is Doulos the biggest, the smallest, average, what?
So Doulos, the MV Doulos, is actually not active anymore, but it was maybe the 2nd largest ship we had. The largest is the Doulos Hope, currently still active, but not coming to Cebu anytime soon.
It's in Ghana, Africa.
Yes, in Ghana.
Okay, and how wide are the book selections in MV Doulos? You mentioned about children's books,
Yes.
leadership books, what else?
Also, we have family books, cooking books.
Okay.
Yes, also just notebooks, pen, keyring, neck card, color pencil, coloring books. A lot of different type of books we have, and then it's more than 2,000 different titles. So, for example, Disney books also we have. Yes. Also, a lot of educational books. Education book we have a lot.
More for the kids.
Yeah, more for the younger children.
How about for our generation, the Generation X?
Of course, we have.
You
we have
like
story
history
books.
books?
Yes, history books, of course.
Epics.
Yes.
From the wars.
Yes.
From where is your colleagues? What's her name?
Chieka. My name is
Nami. They actually have a Cebu project manager. Her name is Nami Adiyasuren. She's the project manager, and she's just shy to come in front of the camera. But she's from Mongolia. Coming from Mongolia blasts us back to our learnings about Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan. And from your country, the Edo, what's that? Dynasty, no? The shogunate. Coming from the one that united the different warlords, Kobayashi, the shogun. So I think our generation like more of that kind of book.
Yes, we have that kind of books, history books, also language books. Yeah. Also we have.
How about Atlas?
Oh, yes. Oh yes, we have Atlas, like the big one. I don't know if anyone still uses.
No, of course, but I want the big book Atlas.
Yeah, the books. Yes. I remember in my childhood.
How much is it? I'll buy one.
Depends on which one you select.
You cannot mention price here.
We can.
Actually, we have a lot of books. So start 60 pesos. For example, small books start 60 pesos, 120 pesos, 180, 240, 300, 360 pesos, and then
How about reference books? Like a whole set of encyclopedia. Do we have those?
We have the series books, yes, and then we also selling that books. So yeah.
Okay. You see, when I was in elementary, I would love going to the libraries. No? Like during lunch break and after class, while waiting for my school bus.
Me too.
And I love going to the reference section. Those I mentioned, Atlas, the encyclopedia. I love astronomy.
Me too.
I wanted to be an astronaut at that time. I was still 10, 11 years old. Our generation, we call ourselves the Gen X. I would say we are what you call real book. We love reading books. We were indoctrinated in school to read books. But I noticed our next generation, the millennials or the Gen Y, they collect books, but hardly would they read, but it's more of collecting for display in the shelves. And the youngest millennial will be what, around 30? And the next is the Gen Z. The Gen Z, you belong, both of you for sure. You're 30 below?
Yes.
Yes.
So 15 to 30, the Gen Z.
Yes.
The Gen Zs would rather have like what you have. No? So, how would you appeal to the millennials and the Gen Y millennials and the Gen X to come to MV Doulos, not only to experience the ship, but to come and see the books and buy books? How would you appeal to your younger generation?
Well, actually, I cannot speak for everyone, but personally, I still love reading books. And reading the book on a phone, yes, you can do it, but it's just not the same as having an actual book in the hand. And from my experience, I also previously worked in the book fair on our ship.
Okay.
And the Doulos Hope is our newest ship, right? We've been sailing for 1.5 years in Southeast Asia. And in my experience, the people still come. There has been so many people always coming on board, not just to see the ship, but to actually buy books. And I can always see the joy and the excitement from the kids, from the Gen X, from the Gen Z, everyone.
Okay.
So I don't know about everyone, but lots of people still do love reading books.
Okay. Actually, my concern now is the 15 below. I have an 11-year-old, no? She's an intelligent, smart kid, but I noticed the generation Alpha now hardly would read books. I bought this series of books about Iliad, Odyssey, Oedipus Rex, the Spanish, El Cid, and with big fonts and with what do you call that? Illustrations. Prince and the Pauper, Pinocchio. But they hardly read. It's a challenge for the generation Alpha. How would you teach us parents to make the kids appreciate books? It's a challenge for me.
Good question. I was teacher in the school before joining the ship, and then that time also teachers encourage students to read the book, no phone, because if student wants to find a wonderful story, and then also wonderful, how can I say, history, everything, is good to read the book first, like physical books, and then student can understand more deeply, more than phone, more than YouTube, more than the digital. So it's
YouTube is indeed a challenge, and sadly Wikipedia.
True.
Anyway, we have a colleague here. He's a millennial, or no, I think more of a Gen Z, and he just graduated a few years ago, broadcast journalism. He's a magna cum laude. You know what magna cum laude is, right? Do you have that in your educational system? It means second to the top. All right. And I'd like to ask him, can we call Kier? Is it okay if you would come? Oh, there you are, Kier. This is our colleague, Kier Kohina. Okay, Kier, makita ba si Kier sa camera? Kalit-kalit rabani, impronto? Okay. All right, Kier. I remember you bought books.
Yes.
Are you a book lover?
Yes, sir. I consider myself one.
Are your generation, do they love books and would want to acquire books?
I think my generation, not all of my generation wants to love, reading books.
Okay.
Yeah, but only some because most likely my generation loves to just read online.
Okay, I noticed you bought books recently.
Yeah.
What were these books?
These I bought most likely non-fiction books. Those books that are famous way back that I want to read.
Okay, can you cite one book?
Like Da Vinci Code.
Oh!
Yeah, The Life of Pi.
So you prefer the movie or the book?
The book.
Okay.
I always prefer reading books than watching movies.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah.
How is it different?
It's too far from what I've read in the book.
What else? What else are you reading now?
I just finished Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's a self-help book.
Do you have that? I suppose we have that in Doulos.
Yes.
What else? Maybe one more.
Ichigo Ichi and Ikigai.
Ikigai. Do you know Ikigai?
I love. Actually, it's my favorite book, the Ikigai and the Ichigo Ichi. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Last year I read the Ichigo Ichi and then Ikigai. Yeah, it's more likely it helps me to like find my reason to live, to how to happily live my life, something like that.
Okay, thank you very much here for coming here impronto. And you're surprised.
Yes.
Here is Ikigai. I wonder, my Japanese memory is more of Tato Yara Shiga Fuko Tomo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. The Volt is 5, which was translated in English when we watched it. Anyway, is the Cebu, of course you're here, obviously the city government is supporting you. How else is the Cebu city government supporting your organization in your visit here to Cebu?
Oh, good question. So
it's more of an endorsement, so they're helping us bring in the ship in for the community to be able to come and visit us on board the ship. So they're able to give us the permissions and invited us to come here and open up for the public.
Okay, I wonder if you could, excuse me, give some insights. There was a 2022 report from a group called Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, and then according to their study, the Philippines is sadly in the bottom 10 of 81 participating countries. Okay, and in terms of reading comprehension, mathematics, and science, and sadly even second to the last in creative thinking. That is why it's a hot discussion now with the Department of Education and our Congress. Apparently, from what I noticed from my generation to the younger generation, few people now go to the libraries. Do you see this same trend? Although you're young now, probably your elders may be able to share. But anyway, do you see the same trend of lesser visits to your floating libraries? How is it from your experience so far?
In my experience,
Yeah.
Especially here in Southeast Asia, the Philippines itself is one of the highest visiting numbers. So there's lots and lots of people who come and even queue up for hours to come and visit, not only visit but also buy books. So I think no, we don't have any less visitors than what we used to have. They're still really, really excited to come on board, and lots of people love the ships, love the books. So I haven't experienced any decrease in the amount of visitors that we receive.
Okay, where is MV Doulos now?
In Palawan, Puerto Princesa actually.
Puerto Princesa.
Yes.
Okay, and it had been there since when?
About
Last week.
1.5 weeks, yeah.
Okay, and when will it sail from Puerto Princesa to Cebu City?
So this weekend it will leave Puerto Princesa and it will arrive in Cebu on October 14th, but we open October 15th.
October 15, so
Yes.
ano ninyo kalimti. It will be a wonderful experience. Liman ka, usod kag library, naas dagat, wano kas kanang basa na tubig, but on board a ship. I think it will be a very wonderful experience for you. Nindot na siya nga kasinatian nga inyong ma-experience, no? Kung musaka mo barko, imbis mo biyahe mo sa laing isla, ang inyong pagsaka kay dunay daghang nga mga libro nga pwede ninyong mabasa. Di ba yan? Mahal. Barato ra ba yan? Ang ila lang, gikan sa donasyon nila nga mga libro, ang halin nilang magamit for charity work. And for sure, maybe later on to their Facebook page, ma-announce nila asa unya ang ilang mga charities. So, you open on October 15.
Yes, October 15 to
until when?
10 of November.
November 10.
1 p.m. to 8:30
That's about 3
p.m.
weeks?
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Yes, exactly 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yes. So last entry is 8 p.m. And then
Oh,
entrance
yes.
fee,
What time does it open?
1 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
So it's not open in the morning.
Yes, afternoon and night.
So ay kalimti, mahapon raw gabi, ha? Kung man na ito paniod to, pwede na tayo diretso sa MV Doulos. Where is it, by the way, will be docked?
Near the here, Cebu Port Authority, Pier 5. So entrance fee is 50 pesos.
Okay, so
But
per
kids,
5. So, before Pier 6, Pier 5, I think, direct access tani, kung ari siguro tani mo agi sa may SMCT, no? Diya dapita, anak mo suod ka ng, asa na budunggo ng para Manila, diya dapita. So, anak budunggo ang MV Doulos Hope, sugod karong October 15 hangtod November 10, mubukas kini sa publiko alauna sa hapon. Oh, that's Spanish, no? So, that's una. Alauna sa hapon hangtod sa alas 8 sa gabi. Son las 8.
Son las 8.
Oh.
We'll be open from Tuesday to Sunday. Monday, we are closed.
Tuesday, Martes,
Domingo.
Domingo. Martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado y domingo. No lunes.
No lunes.
Okay. So they rest on Monday. Maybe they will be going around Cebu for sure. And you experience Cebu. It's lovely, you know.
yes, so
Cebu
lovely.
City is a paradise. You know why? It's in the heart of the Philippines. No, it is well within minutes, as you've already seen. We're in the middle of the city, but in just a few minutes, you could already be in the hills. In a few minutes, especially if you pass through the new bridge, the Sisilex bridge, you're already at the beaches. No?
Yeah.
So, experience Cebu. You will never forget your time here in Cebu. Spend your Mondays, go around. Coordinating with you, I think, is the Historical Affairs Commission office and the library office. They can certainly help you with the tourism office and guide you where to go. You will fall in love in Cebu, but I have a warning for you.
Oh.
You might not go back to your countries anymore. Or maybe when you finish your volunteer work, you would choose to fly back to Cebu and live there. All right. Oh, okay. By the way, one more question. What's your course? What's your career?
Oh, so I am
A doctor or what?
I actually volunteered after high school. So this is my gap years before studying.
And what do you intend to study?
Still thinking about it.
Thinking about. How about you?
So I would graduate the university.
Okay.
And then I
What did you graduate?
studied education.
Education.
Yes,
She'll be a
education.
teacher.
Yes, I was teacher.
Today is World Teachers Day.
Yes.
Happy World Teachers Day! Alright. Daghang salamat sa atong mga guests karong buntaga din sa Sugboanon channel. It's a lively, wonderful discussion with the lovely ladies here. Atong pasalamatan ng pag-usab. Si Chieka Hanaoka from Japan.
Yes.
So, domo arigatou
gozaimasu. Salamat.
Alright. And also ato sang pasalamatan gikan sa Paraguay nga dunay lahing aliman. Julieana Kehler. So, muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias a ustedes.
And danke.
Dankeschön.
Muna ito, kaigsun na itong edisyon karon sa Pagtuki, Pagsusi, Pagsuta. Check, verify, and validate our in-house program din sa atong Sugboanon channel. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagtanaw and thank you very much for giving time in coming here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hangtod sa sunod natong edisyon ng mga programa ug sa tanang mga programa din ni sa Sugboanon channel at tangi kanunay. Maayong buntag kasugbo.